there was a man, he was, this is according to the ulama, there was a man, he was a blacksmith. He was a very famous blacksmith. Why would a blacksmith be famous? Because this man was renowned for whenever he touched hot burning iron, because he was a blacksmith, that was his job, he would never get burned. He would never get burned. This man, somebody asked him his story. He said, Hazrat, how does the fire not burn you? We don't understand. He said, let me tell you my story. He said, there was a woman that I loved passionately. I loved her so much. And I had tried every single thing to get her company. I had spoken to her, I had offered her money, I did everything. She said to me, no. And she stayed away from me. He said, but I loved her. He says, one day I found out that her husband passed away. When I found out, I went with great happiness and I asked her to marry me. And she said, I can't marry you because I have children and I'm embarrassed to marry again. I'm embarrassed. So he left her. Sometime later, that lady came to him, to the blacksmith, and she asked him for a loan. Times were harsh, it was a famine. So she asked him for a loan, she asked him for some money. And he's seen this as his opportunity. He said to her, he said, I will give you what you want, but in return for one thing. He said, you will fulfill my desires. What I need from you, you will fulfill from your side. She was majboor, she was without any other sahara. So she said, look, she became very, very majboor, and she said, look, I will do what you're asking. They set a date and time, and when she came, she was shaking frantically. It's written, she was shaking frantically. And when he seen her, he asked her, he said, why are you shaking like this? Why are you shaking frantically? She said, do you not fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? She said, if I disgrace myself here in front of you, how will I face Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How will I face him after this act? This man, in his heart, entered the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he told her, take the money and go. And as she was leaving, she made one dua for him. She said, may Allah save you from the fire. May Allah save you from the fire. He said, since that day, any fire that I touch, it doesn't burn.
Nare Takbir, Nare Risalat, Nare Risalat, Nare Risalat, Nare Tahqiq, Nare Hadari, Ulama Ahl Sunnah.
And this man, he said that I prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that like the fire of this world can't touch me, I pray that the fire of Jannah won't be able to touch me. And you know, it's the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this comes in Sahih Bukhari. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, anybody who guards his private parts, I will guarantee for him Jannah. I will guarantee anyone who guards his private parts from adultery, I will promise him Jannah. The Prophet ﷺ takes personal responsibility for this, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Now at this day and age, what have we seen? You know, when I was a kid growing up, there was a lot more respect. You never used to hear about, you know, these haram relationships. Never used to hear it. Maybe one person you used to hear, you know, this person, you know, he has a girlfriend or something like that. You used to be so surprised. Wow, you know, he's from a good family. How dare he do something like this? But now this has become common practice. This is common practice. You know, some of our teachers used to tell us, they say, listen, there's a halal way and a haram way of doing everything, right? If you want company of a female and you have those desires in your life, get married. Allah's put marriage, the institution of marriage in place for you. You know, the scholars say, they say if there's two puddles on the floor, one is a puddle of water and one is a puddle of urine, you can see your reflection in both of them. You can see your reflection in both of them. But the difference is one is pure, is tahir, and one is impure. So and this is why the ulama say that there's a legal way of doing things, so do and take that legal way. I know these days people are making it, even parents are making it difficult these days. You know, unless you don't have a degree and £50,000 in his bank and a house in your name and you know at least a Mercedes Benz, we're not going to consider him. Not knowing when the husband and wife and they get married, that rizq changes. Because the wife brings the rizq, she comes with her own qismat. And the children, they come with their own qismat, they come with their own taqdeer and fate. And everything changes. This is why you see that when somebody's about to have a child, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless them with new forms of rizq. And the reason is because that child is bringing his own rizq, or her own rizq. So Allah provides for all. We should never think in these ways. But Allah gives us the ability in this respect. I mentioned to you about Imam Nawawi, rahimahullah ta'ala, and in this book,